Have you heard the story of the Sikh saint who was asked by his master to make mud platforms? How many of you heard the story? You heard that? There was a great master once, many years ago, about maybe about 400 years. 400 years ago, there lived in India a perfect master. And the perfect master said, I am growing old. I must determine who is going to take over my job. I have been giving spiritual guidance to people all these years. I am old. Somebody should take over. But I want to carefully test all these contestants. So many people come up and claim they have done good job, they have done a lot of worship, and they are now fit to be masters. I want to test if they are fit for mastership, if they can be appointed as masters. So let all the claimants appear tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock in the open yard outside. Hundreds of people appear, all saying, Master, see, we are all ready, well dressed up, all ready to answer any questions in the test. So the master came and he laid down a simple test. He said, my test is very simple. It's a practical test. There's a pile of dirt lying there, pile of mud and dirt. Here is open space. Make beautiful platforms. Whoever makes the best platform will be picked up by me. They all got busy. They said, this is simple. We thought he's going to put us to some written test or some oral questions on spirituality, but he's given us a very simple task. So people began to make those those earthen, what do you call them? Earthen? Clay platforms. People began to make those clay platforms from that clay which was lying there. And the master came and saw all of them. He says, I don't think you have done a good job. They don't look pretty at all. Demolish them, break them, make new ones. You must come up to a minimum standard before I can accept any of these clay models as real. So they broke everything and started making them all over again. And when they made them again, the master came. They are not very good. I think there's something wrong. Maybe the light is not proper here. Why don't you start in that corner? So they all carried their clay and went to the other corner and started making there. After 4 or 5 rejections there, the master said, maybe this place is not good. The clay is not good. Let's go to the back side. A lot of people left at that time. He said, now we are convinced this guy has got too old. He doesn't know what he's doing. So the number became fewer and fewer. Then he kept on demolishing. He said, this clay is bad. We have to go to the other section. Yeah. So they moved to another place. Location. They changed the location. And they used that clay. Ultimately, everybody said, what's happened to this man? He's really gone senile. And he doesn't know what he's doing. They all left, except one man. He kept on making the clay platforms. And the master kept on demolishing them. And he kept on making. People said, are you a fool? What are you doing this for? Is this spirituality? Do you see any spiritual truth in this? Something wrong with the master. He says, I don't know. The man said, I don't know what is spirituality. I only know if this master makes me keep on making and breaking these clay platforms all my life, I'll be content and happy that I have been able to do what my master wants me to do. Eventually, he was named as the successor and became one of the masters. What does the story prove? The story proves that the real test was not the test of meditation, of scholarship, of learning. The real test was of love and devotion. When one has love and devotion, one will do anything to please the master. When we have that feeling and spirit in our mind and hearts, we'll do anything to please the Lord. The Lord gives us everything that we want, everything that we need, and beyond, and even more. Have we ever thought of it? Have we ever contemplated? We want to do that which pleases the Lord, as against that which pleases our mind. So there must be an option. What is the option? Either we do things to please our mind or we do things to please the Lord. Have we ever decided from today onwards, I will only do that which pleases the Lord? And who's the Lord? The Creator inside. How do I know? Through that form, the Master. Let me see if I can keep on doing that. And when that form leads me within to the form which is formless, it consists of light and melody. Then it consists of melodious light. And when that is real for me and I can communicate with that, then can I do everything to please that within at all times? If we made this kind of a deal with our mind, okay, mind, you do what you like, but let me not give up pleasing the Lord. You get everything that the spiritual path has to offer. You travel to the highest regions. You go to the top levels of consciousness. You go to Sachkhand. You go to every highest point ever mentioned in any literature. That's the secret. Because what you are expressing is the love and devotion for the Lord. We need so many things in our life. We are constantly thinking of if we could have a better home, if we could have a new car, if we could buy some new clothes, if we could have a little more money to pay off for this, if we could travel to that point, if we could spend more time, if we could give up job and still be somewhere, all kinds of things we need and we ask for. And there's not too many friends, not too many real friends who listen to us. Friends promise and then back out. Relatives promise and back out. Gradually we come to the realization nobody is real. They are all investing in us because they think they'll get a return. It is more or less like a business transaction with all these people. Who do we turn to? We ultimately turn to the Lord. Lord, you alone are the giver for all people, and we worship you and you give us. And when your blessings are there, when your grace is there, we will get whatever we need. And we need so many things. And as we have love and devotion for the Lord, He gives us all the things. He fulfills all our needs. He takes good care of us. And we can feel He is taking good care of us. He gives us a spanking once in a while to shape us up. Like the clay potter, when he makes the pot on that revolving disc and puts the clay, a piece of clay, to make a lovely pot, a hollow pot in which something worthwhile can be placed. When the potter makes the pot and the clay goes round and round, he puts his hand and makes a hollow, spanks from outside and gives the support from within. That's how the beauty of the pot comes out. The Lord gives us all we need, spanking from outside, supporting from inside, gives us beautiful shape, and we become real devotees of the Lord. If He gives us everything we need, and He controls our lives, and we have faith and trust in Him, He does everything for us. What does He need? Have you ever thought of that? If He needed nothing, because He is the giver of everything, why would He create need? He created everything of which He was made. We are the essence of the same Lord. He created everything that was Him. In Him can be found everything. Everything, every experience, every feeling, every emotion, everything around every part of creation is from Him. Need is from Him. Love is from Him. Hatred is the opposite, to be able to experience. He created everything. That is why His response is the best when we offer whatever love and devotion we can. That's the greatest gift, the greatest offering we can make to the Lord. Our love and devotion to the Lord is the greatest gift we can make. And we should make it all the time. And our meditation should be an offering of love and devotion. Our meditation should concentrate on being in His presence, in the form in which we see Him physically. Offer Him within love and devotion. And then his response is the best. We may get emotional. Let us get emotional with it. We may have great feelings of service. Let us serve him within. Go within. Recognize him from the flickering glimpse that he gives outside and offer all the love and service that we can within. And he'll give everything to us. So the spiritual path becomes so beautiful and so simple, even a little child can understand, an old man can understand. It is the path in which we, being lost in this physical world of matter, we being trapped in the physicality of everything, we being unable to take anything as real except the physical, material part, are granted the grace of the Lord by his coming in physical form and hitting us with an impact that he is real and is present and is around and can be recognized, and that we must go within to find it. We go within, find its real form, and relate it to the external experience. And that fills us with love and devotion and makes meditation and contemplation on the Lord meaningful and real. And as we do that, we go on the path towards the reality, love and devotion. And retaining that intoxication, we can still continue to live in the physical world, enjoying the beauty. Every time we see the physical form outside, it looks more beautiful. When we go within, the form within becomes even more beautiful because relatable to what happened. When we open our eyes and come back, the physical form becomes still more beautiful because then it is related to what we saw within. And when we go within, that form becomes still more beautiful. When we see the wonderful sights and sounds within, the sights and sounds outside look so much more beautiful because they are made out of that. We know what stuff they are made of. We have a point of reference to understand, appreciate, enjoy, and live in bliss in this physical world because of the point of reference within, and to enjoy meditation, going within, moving on the spiritual path because of the point of reference outside. What a perfect life. This perfection is possible while we are still human in this world, in this body, by creating the feeling of love and devotion to the physical form of a perfect living master outside and to the melodious light form of the same perfect Lord within, which we see in meditation. If we can keep up this relationship, we are on top of the world. Then after that, go forth and live in this world with courage. You are strong. You have the support of the strongest being who created everything. You feel you have on your right side, on your back, supporting you, the Creator Himself. You feel you have entered the king's palace. The king said, I support whatever you do. You go with all that strength of your father's hand behind you. You're no longer like orphans, not knowing who the father is, where we are going. The whole lifestyle, the whole physical life changes. Physical human life is the greatest life because of this possibility that I just described. And unless somebody comes in our way and opens our eyes to this reality, we are unable to see this potential. But once it happens, it's great. We are very fortunate that we have this possibility open to us. When we seek, we find. This possibility is open to us, to each one of us today. So many of us are so blessed to have had rebirth into an awareness that this is an opportunity for going up, going into reality, and experiencing the reality of the physical world also. So many of us have an anchor on which we can stay in firmness, the anchor of remembering the Lord in the physical form outside, in the spiritual form inside. Makes all the difference to us.